All right, boys and girls, for Workstation Small Group today, we're going to be talking about point
Miss Julie, I don't understand this.
Just remember to go ask some of the people in your table list, okay? Ask 3 before me. Okay, let's get back focused on this.
Miss Julie, can I go use the bathroom?
Yes, you can go to the bathroom. All right, so.
Miss Julie, what do I do next?
Have you ever tried teaching small group and your kids just aren't focused on their independent work and are driving you nuts? All right, guys, don't forget to turn in your workstation papers. Thank you, Alan. Oh, thanks, Amir. Oh, and they're all piling in. Are you drowning in paperwork? Workstation choice boards have been the saving grace to my sanity from all the mountains of paperwork and just to help kids stay more focused. I'm not as interrupted anymore during my small group instruction. Kids are working because they get choice. They get to decide what it is they want to do, as well as getting to be creative and have fun ways to learn their spelling, vocabulary, and to practice those grammar skills. So now I'd like to take some time to talk to you a little bit about how the Workstation Choice Board was made, the activities that are in it, and how students use this Workstation Choice Board. First of all, it was made in slides, so then that way I can send the Google slide to the students in Google Classroom, set it to make a copy for every student, and then they're able to have their own copy, keep everything in one slide deck, and work from one place the whole week. The first thing that we do when I send this to students is we goal set. That is a big initiative in our school, is we want kids to set goals, weekly goals, subject-based goals for themselves so that they can see their growth. They can see how they're getting better and how they're becoming better students and how they're learning more throughout the week. So we first start off by setting a goal. This week, I want to accomplish. What do I want to get done this week? Do I want to make sure I get all of my work done? Do I want to get an extra activity done? Then they have to check and see, how will I know that I'm going to be successful? So on Friday, when I take my test, how will I know I'm successful? I'll know I'm successful by making an 80 or higher on my spelling and vocabulary test, or something like that is what they typically write in these boxes. Then I usually have some sort of quote that we kind of just quickly talk about. Usually this quote has something to do with something we need to work on as a class. So it's the end of the school year right now. We're really struggling with staying focused and finishing strong. So we just spent some time talking about how our focus determines our reality. The next 2 slides are the spelling words and the vocabulary words for the week. Then we have the choice board. So the way that it works is it's broken up into categories. We have word work and spelling, vocabulary, digital, and a review section. The word work and spelling and the vocabulary and the review it, I ask students to just choose 2 out of the 3 activities that they must complete. Digital is slightly different. They have to do the Achieve 3000 and they have to do 2 activities in Achieve. That's a district-wide initiative that students do to achieve articles a week. So that's kind of a must-do for the students. Then for the grammar, they can choose one of these activities. So for this week, our grammar is working on capitalization. And so the USA Test Prep and the No Red Ink assignment are both on capitalization. They both are on the same topic, but I give the kids the choice because some kids prefer USA Test Prep, some kids prefer No Red Ink. Then, like I said, the rest of it is they have to choose 2 out of the 3. If by like Wednesday or Thursday they have everything done, then they can go back and choose some activities that they haven't done yet that they would like to do. So the first word work activity is type it. This is a very simple one. They just type their words 5 times each. We talk a lot about integrity, and we know that they could easily copy and paste this, but we really talk about how is that going to help you learn your words. The whole point of this activity is to help you really be mindful as you're typing, thinking about the letters and how the words are built. The next choice board activity for spelling is break it. This is where they break apart their words. Our words always usually have some type of prefix or suffix, so they break their words apart. They put their prefix or suffix, the base word, and then the spelling word. The next one is make it. Make It is an activity where they get to choose. They can create a podcast, a movie, or a song. As long as in that, whatever they're choosing to make, stays school appropriate and shows how to spell their words, anything goes. The only thing we have to talk a lot about is it's not saying your words. It's not just repeating what your words are. It's giving people tips and tricks and those silly little things that we say in our brain to help us remember how to spell the words. Now, in vocabulary, we have Kahoot It, where kids, this is a crowd favorite. The kids love making their own Kahoot games. They can post the link here, and then usually on Thursday and Friday before the spelling test, they're able to look at each other's Kahoots, help each other study in that way. Then we have Picture It. This is another one that a lot of the kids like. Here they can find a picture or GIF to represent each one of their vocabulary words. And then finally, Game It. This is a time where they can be digital or non-digital. They can make a paper and pencil game. They can make a digital game. I've had kids make matching games with their vocabulary words, memory games. Anything goes as long as it's helping them or others to study those vocabulary words. We've talked about digital already, and then finally we have Review It. Here we have in Review It, this is always a standard that's already been covered. We're getting to the end of the year and we're working on test taking strategies. So for this week, it's all kind of focused on test prep and just kind of reminding ourselves how to close read, how to use good test taking strategies. So here's a video that I've linked on Screencastify that teaches them how to do that. Then there is a Apply It, where they get a passage where they get to go in and show that they can do the close reading, they can answer those questions. And that is something that I usually print out for them. And then finally we have Teach It. This is another one that a lot of the kids like to do because then they get to be the teacher. So they get to create their own lesson teaching someone else how to close read and answer text-dependent questions. This changes based on whatever our review activity is. But either way, they can go in, find a text, usually on Achieve or USA Test Prep. Then they get to use the Show Me app or screen recording to teach someone else how to do the skill that we're reviewing for that week. So, again, for the choice board, they get to choose 2 from each category. Other than the digital, they have to do the Achieve, and then they can choose the grammar activity that they prefer to do. At the end of the week, when we are all done with our spelling and vocabulary tests, they complete their reflection. This is where they just take time to think, well, this was what my goals were that I set. This is how I did on my test. This is what the amount of work that I was able to complete. What went well? What didn't go well? I always ask the question too, what can I as the teacher change? What can I change about the choice board? What can I change about our class and what's going on during that time to make you more successful? This is something that kids really like doing because it gives them a say in things that are going on. And then as this choice board changes throughout the year, they're able to say, oh, I really wanted to be able to use this app and Miss Dooley listened to me. So I think this really shows that we're listening and that we care about the things that they're seeing and doing, and they're able to contribute about what happens in the classroom. There's also a rubric here that we use to just measure and so that I can take the whole choice board as a grade.
Here are just a few of the kids as they're working on their choice boards. Hope you're able to use this workstation choice board in your classroom, and remember, like and follow for more.